Hello, my name is Morgan Brooks, and I am doing my video on our family beach trip to Orlando, Florida. 2 years ago on a Saturday, my husband and I decided to plan a beach trip to Florida through a friend we knew. Before we left, we loaded our beach gear into the car and crammed 3 kids and 3 adults in a Durango. Continued down the road, my stepdaughter, stepson, son, and friend talked about what all we were going to plan to do. Deciding where to stop for breakfast was a real challenge to find a decent location to get off the main highway and to get back on. So finally, everyone decided on the easiest, cheapest thing there would be, McDonald's. Initially, we had hoped to reach our destination, Orlando, Florida, in 12 hours, but it took longer than expected with traffic/wrecks, and also we had to stop a few times for the bathroom. Just after we crossed the Georgia-Florida border, it seemed that the traffic got more congested as we drove to our location. Finally, at about 6 p.m. that evening, we arrived. Later, after checking in, we decided to go grab some dinner and look around. We all, of course, decided something quick and affordable. Never is there a dull moment with us all. Of course, we were very tired from our trip, so we rested all evening after getting back from the restaurant. Plenty of fun in the sun was in store for us the next day. Ready to get out on the beach, we had to drive a while to get there. As we got closer to our location, the more anxious everyone got. Thank goodness before we left that morning, we all applied sunscreen because the temperatures down there is crazy. Once we found a parking spot, we headed on to find where we could set up. This ocean and beach was so clean and beautiful. The water that day was a little on the rough side, but was warm as bath water. Then on Monday, my husband and I had to go on a tour, which was required for where we stayed. This unfortunately took the biggest part of our Monday that we had. That evening, we headed out to do some more sightseeing and got dinner at a seafood restaurant, and all the food was amazing. Finally, that night at about 11, we crashed for another busy day the next day. Tuesday morning, we woke up bright and early and had a little something to eat. After that, we went and got ready to head to the water park. Kids had an amazing time playing in the arcade room. About an hour and a half in, here comes this big storm, so they are evacuating the pool area. Well, of course, we had told the kids, all except my son, to go do what they wanted to, but to stay close by where we could see them. So when the announcement came across the intercom for everyone to get out, my stepdaughter was nowhere to be found. My husband and I searched for about 15-20 minutes, and they finally announced to come get her at one of the tents that were around. Needless to say, this stepmommy wasn't too happy. Wednesday came, and we just had a day full of running around and doing some shopping. That evening, we had dinner at Fuddruckers. It was absolutely amazing. Their hot dogs were huge, and the environment was entertaining. Thursday morning, we got up and headed to one of the other beaches. Again, the water and sand was clean and beautiful, but the ocean was extremely cold, but the waves wasn't as bad as the other one. We stayed about 3 or 4 hours and then decided to head home for dinner. As we were driving around on Monday, we saw that there was a Papa John's, so we all decided to pick that up on the way home from the beach on Thursday. Friday afternoon, we headed out to SeaWorld, and the lines were very long and it was hot, but we all sucked it up. We saw some amazing animal shows and had a great time. Needless to say, though, we had to leave because of the storm that was coming. We headed back and got a change of clothes, and my husband and I decided to go get food for everyone and have an evening to ourselves. Saturday morning, bright and early, we had to leave. Everyone was sad but happy that we had somewhere to come back home. An 11-hour drive, and finally we pull in at Logan, West Virginia at 10 p.m. That is my story on our family vacation of 2016. I hope you enjoy.